Hi guys, so you clicked on this video because it talks about, right? I will talk about why you should stop watching the news, right? So first, in the first part, let's get into it how the news operates, right? The news operates by trying to grab your attention, right? And how do you do that? Usually, and when I say usually, it's 99% of the time. Maybe let's go further. 99.9% of the time, the news tries to grab your attention by talking about something negative, right? Something negative that happened, or something, negative that is happening in the world, right? And it works in that way because it can grab your attention, right? You can be doing something, let's say the TV's on, you're walking around the room, you're maybe, let's say you're cleaning, whatever it is, right? And you hear something negative that's happening, and you just start running toward the TV and start watching, right? And start getting involved, and even see the way I'm talking about it, right? How my energy went into that kind of like panic and fear and negativity, right? And that's what the news is supposed to do, right? Its job is to get viewers and retain those viewers for as long as possible, right? And the way they do that is for basically talking about anything that is negative 99% of the time, right? Because that is an attention grabber. That gets a hold of you, right? And keeps you there for as long as possible, right? So let's say you do, you watch the news every day, and then you talk about what you saw with others on the news, right? Which, like I said, is going to be always negative, um, and it's going to drag you down. Just, if you're, let's say, trying to be a positive person and working on yourself, right? Watching the news has no actual benefit to you. But then somebody will say, well, how do you know what's going on in the world? Well, let's cover that. One, everything is happening in the world that has always happened in the world, right? Um, this person maybe, got shot, an accident happened here. There's wars and really serious things that happen in life, right? There have always been happening. Okay, it's not like, these are brand new things out of nowhere. I remember watching this person, right? This individual, and one of the TED talks, I believe, if I remember correctly, and he talks about this very well, right? But he mentions how everything is happening in the world that has always happened, right? Uh, like I said, there's wars going on here. There's really bad stuff going on here, right? But the news will throw it in your face 24/7, right? Rarely do you see the news say something positive about, about anything, right? Because let's be honest, there's negative stuff that goes on every day in life, and there's positive stuff, right? So it's what you continue to focus on that's going to expand also, right? So if you watch the news and get filled with, let's say you watch the news first thing in the morning, right? And you see all the bad stuff that is going on in life, right? um, that is happening maybe in your neck of the woods or other parts of the world, right? Then you get filled up with that negativity, right? What do you think is going to happen to the rest of your day, right? As you go to work, as you go on the train, as you spend time with your family, right? That negative pattern is going to continue and search for more negative thoughts, negative patterns, right? And what you search for and what you believe, right, is going to get validated on the outside, right? So then you go to work and you're already negative, right? You saw all the bad stuff that is happening in life, right? So then maybe you're not, very nice person at work, right? And then, people respond to you at work negatively too, right? Then you get home, right? to your husband or your wife, right, or your kids, do you think you're gonna try to be the best person, the best individual for them? You know, I highly doubt it, because you can't just shut it off, right? Because whole day you were simmering in that negativity, right? You were fermenting in it, right? And it was just building, building, building. And I promise you, it's not gonna end well, right? How you behave with your, like I said, with your family, right? With your kids, with your spouse, with whoever it is, right? Because it's gonna build up on it throughout the day, and guess what? It's gonna be so hard for you just to stop and shut it off, right? After you've been simmering in that negativity stew, for 8-10 hours, whatever it was, right? So like I said, the news. So another point, let me talk about, is a lot of people use an excuse. Well, how do I know what is happening, right? If it's something, first of all, you should be a little informed, right? So these things happen in life, but you don't let it, like I said earlier, affect your every decision, right? Your every mood, your every topic that you speak about to others, right? Um, so the news will never focus on anything positive, like I said, and even if they do, they will throw one story in there, and 99%, 99.9% will be that negative aspect, right? And we know why they do that. Just, like I said before, to grab that attention and keep your attention, right? And when you are filled with that negativity, you cannot make positive choices in your life and be your best version, right? So you still, if something really hits close to home, that news will find you, right? You still talk to people, you still, may get a glimpse of what goes on through, social media or whatever. But here I'm talking about, if you fill yourself with that, you're watching the news, especially in this case, every day, a few times a day, it's just not a good way to be. The news is not to inform you. If you think the news is there to inform you, and this might sound harsh, but I think you're delusional, right? I think you're delusional in some aspect, and you are searching out for more of that, right? For more, maybe a lot of, you haven't done a lot of work on yourself. And even if you have done the work on yourself, like I talked in my other video, you have to guard your energy. I speak about this in like my previous video. You have to really guard your energy, what you watch, what you listen to, what, let's say, even music you listen to, what books you read, and what individuals you surround yourself with. You really have to watch that, because it affects you and your ability to better yourself and become more positive. And like I said, this doesn't mean like being positive when everything around you is falling apart, right? That stuff needs your immediate attention, right? But I'm talking about if your life for the general part is okay, right? But then you come to a point where you try to make better decisions, right? And watching the news will not get you there. There's no benefit to it. Please understand that, okay? So please let me know what you think about this, right? And comment, like, share this video, and if anything I said in this video and my other ones, please subscribe, right? But right now, at this point, I would love some engagement, and even if you maybe don't disagree, right? This is my own personal perspective, right? I have worked very hard on my ego to take in other people's perspectives as well, right? To listen to what they say and have mutual conversations, right? As long as it's respectful, obviously, right? Nobody wants to go down that rabbit hole, right? But I'm talking about, if you have something powerful to add, something, your own opinion on this topic, it is more than welcomed here, right? That's what, originally I started this channel to talk about everything that interests me, but you know, in a sense of everything and anything. And I try to take a very unbiased approach, even though at the end of the day it's still my perspective on a lot of these things, right? So feel free to share whatever your, let's say in this particular video, right, what's your opinion on watching the news is, right? Should you do it? Should you not do it? Should you occasionally maybe engage in it? Should you cut it out cold turkey, right? Let me know. Like I said, I started this to have to help people, number one, but also to have that engagement of back and forth. As long as, like I said, you know, you try to be positive, not positive, but just be respectful, right? And share your own perspective. So thanks for watching, guys. Please, if you made it to the end of this video, subscribe and like, okay, because I'm just getting started here. This is just the beginning, and the beginnings are always, you know, like very tricky, because at the beginning you don't see any results, engagement, this and this, but I'm not stopping. I'm just gonna keep going, because I know this is what I'm supposed to do, and what I was supposed to do a long time ago, right? And that's a whole other video why I haven't, and I don't remember at this point if I already talked about it or if I will talk about it in my next video. So thank you guys for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.